Hi.
Hi there. How are you guys? You gonna show yourselves?
Okay, so what am I check? Oh, the video. Okay.
All right, let's see. There you are. How was your journey? We are recording, so for everyone, this is our 10-minute teaser. I don't want to keep you because I guess things are about to begin.
Yeah. So like it's
So
really
let me
cool.
do the introduction, right? So we got Ronnie Aljo, Philly Girl Sports Nick, analyst on every Philly sport team there is, and then some. And then me, fellow Philly girl. So
Woo!
question maker. And our special guests are Braden Algio and Scarlett. Oh, hi.
And Matt the Hamers.
Kansas City Chiefs
Up.
enthusiast. How you doing, Matt?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good to
It's a
hear
pretty
you.
it's a pretty great combination of Philly Eagles or Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs friends for the draft. That's pretty awesome.
That's right. Cheers.
Are you guys having a good time?
A great time. Matt had the surprise of taking us to Arrowhead, taking us on a tour. We went out the tunnel. We saw the locker room. We got to throw the ball, kick the ball on the field. The lead tour guy, he was Al Herrera, like was so awesome, and he loved Scarlett, and the Scarlett was willing to wear a Kansas City Chiefs
Who
hat and
doesn't love Scarlet?
get
I
her.
can you see all the pictures up? I don't know what your view is, but all the pictures that you guys sent
Aw,
are up on the screen. So they were
aw.
fantastic photos. I'm assuming Matt took these.
Matt took a
Oh,
lot of these.
yeah,
Yep.
really good.
And
So thanks
some,
for that.
yeah, was that there, Scarlett?
Charlotte, how are you? Having a good time? It looks like you are. How about Braden? Is he gonna weigh in tonight?
We'll see. He'll disagree with me on some point and jump in.
Oh, okay. But he's around. He's ready to disagree. He's sitting around.
He's right here. Yep, he's eating his dinner. Yeah. So yeah, we're like real excited. We've had some friends text us today. So we went to the tour, then we went to the draft experience. Braden around the 40. We walked around, and then we came back here. And so, oh, geez, and Matt's like setting up the volume and the. I don't know if you can see it. If I can somehow change the view of this. Uh, sorry,
Oh,
but like to show like he's putting a big projector on for us to watch.
oh, that's sweet.
He has a huge like he Brandon helped him set up a screen. Matt just figured out the sound part of it. So we're getting ready. It's pretty
So,
exciting.
so I guess like since this is the podcast teaser, do you want to give like a little bit of background how you met Matt and how you ended up in Kansas City in a Kansas City
Yeah,
Chiefs
I mean,
fans abode?
yeah. And the school year of 96, 97, Matt and I were Mercy Corps volunteers. And we were on the Navajo Reservation together at St. Michael Indian School in St. Michael's, Arizona. And he was the art teacher for the high school. He is an artist as his, job. And he's from Kansas City and I'm from here. And we just have stayed close ever since. And the Kansas City venue for the NFL draft this year, as was a chance for us to have us meet each other's like families with kids. We now both have two kids who have never, the four kids have never met. I've never met his kids. He's never met mine. So we're like, okay, with the NFL draft as the backdrop, let's do this. So it gets more difficult as the kids get older because they get busier. So we just made it happen. Real
Why do I have a
excited.
feeling you're gonna find your way to next year's draft? We'll see, right?
Yeah,
I
right.
think Braden's getting used to going every year. He was in Las Vegas and
We were actually talking about that today, Detroit.
yeah,
That
it's
was
like
fun.
the expectation.
And then like we had like Philly friends of mine in Northeast Philly were texting me about what we want to happen tonight.
Well,
Right.
I am gonna get to that. And I have to say, like, I have three index cards with I'm prepared with questions. So we'll go to that in a second. I actually started a little Facebook debate today.
Oh,
Um unintentionally. I was just kind of noting last night I couldn't sleep, so I was following Jimmy Butler and his performance, and I never really didn't want to see him go, so I posted something to that effect, and it sparked a great debate. It made me think of something you would be involved in, or the Alger family would be involved in. It was kind of like, why is Jimmy Butler not a Sixer kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you have an opinion on that.
I
Are you
mean,
guys ready to dive into
I
the
do. I do. That we do a whole show on that.
Yeah.
And I get really annoyed that Joel Embiid engages with him. He's not his teammate anymore. He needs to be the leader of this team. Jalen Hurts and Bryce Harper would never be like stroking the ego of someone that they potentially could play in the playoffs. Like he
Okay.
did when he had 56 points. I'm really tired of that. Embiid needs to tweet about his own players and positivity when they have big games and be the leader that he claims he is, and stop doing this whole
Kind of
I'm in
put
love
the
with Jimmy
whole
Butler thing.
that duo's behind them and not
Yeah.
happening. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
present.
people have, I mean, yeah, like there's nothing we can do about 2019 when all that happened. Like, and there was all these different rumors, and Jimmy Butler could act like he wanted to stay. I'm not convinced that that's even true, because he also had a documentary that seemed like they were leading to Miami anyway. So I mean, there's so many different things out there. I don't know what the truth is, but I know what the truth is now is that Joel Embiid, he claims to be the leader of this Sixers team. So I don't want to hear like I'm just annoyed about all that stuff. Like, just lead your own team. I can't imagine if like somebody from the Eagles went to another team and years later, Jalen Hurts just never tweets about his own teammates after a big game in the playoffs, but then will tweet about this old guy that he's still has his like odd like love affair with. I mean, it's just be a leader for your team now. So
I get your point. I get your point.
Really frustrating.
So
I was
you
so annoyed
would have
over that.
probably, if you weren't so busy today and you saw the Facebook post and debate, you probably would have weighed in. And like I said, I know you. I'm like she has a well-formed opinion, I'm sure. Yeah. So why don't we go with, because I know that you guys are busy. I don't know what time things are getting underway there. I'm expecting a whole slew of text and
it starts in a half hour.
yeah. So I just wanted to do like a little teaser, so when you come back,
sure.
we can launch the podcast and create the studio and all that, and
I love
actually
the index card. I'm using it right now.
yeah. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just do a digital index card with the questions. Like I said, I was gonna just be the question asker. So what are your takes? Like when you're looking ahead to this evening, what are your predictions? Who would you like to see us get? What's the and then if anybody else wants to weigh in, Braden, Scarlett, Matt.
I would be, I think you have to, we first of all, we have a lot of picks next year, a lot. I'm going to get comp picks next year. So I'm not like sold on this. We need defensive players this year in the first round. We have 2 picks as of right now, 10 and 30 in round 1. And I mean, we lost several players in free agency, but that's where coaching comes in and good drafting and in later rounds and all that kind of stuff for development for the offensive defensive lines. So I would be fine if we got Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle from Georgia, Nolan Smith, the defensive end from Georgia. I would completely fine with that. If we traded up a couple spots for Carter, stayed put at 10. I'd be fine if we got Peter Skoronski, who could play a bruising, nasty attitude right guard this year, and the Brandon Brooks kind of right guard mind frame. And then he can maybe, people say his short arms. I still think he could be an NFL right tackle and eventually replace Lane Johnson. But all those things would be great because you do win in the trenches, and that it has been Howie's, other than the wide receiver pick, which he has fallen in love with in the first draft, a lot when he hasn't done trench guys, defensive line, offensive line guys. So if we moved up a couple spots, like Jalen Carter, I had Nolan Smith, the defensive end at 10, or Peter Scarazzi, the offensive lineman at 10. Okay, great. But I would love to see them do something unique. The NFL more and more has gone to the offenses can't be stopped. The Eagles offense was really good this year and it's only going to get better. Obviously health permitting, of course. And so I think if they went with Bijan Robinson, like maybe trade it back like 2 or 3 picks and then got like maybe, a 4th rounder out of it or something. I don't know. But they picked Bijan Robinson, the running back, who's like can pass, can run, can pass, can catch, can run, can pass protect. I know you don't normally draft running backs in the first round, but this pick is like let's go ahead and make our offense like unstoppable. So when we get to the Super Bowl and her defense stinks, like it has the last 2 Super Bowls we've played in, because it stunk against the Patriots too. Like let's be an unstoppable offense. So you can't stop us. Doesn't matter. Like we're never gonna punt. You know what I mean? So that would be really cool.
I
with the
know
first pick.
enough about you and your knowledge to be fine with whatever you're fine with. Is anybody else weighing in? Scarlett or Braden?
Braden, who do you
Yeah.
want the Eagles to pick with their first pick?
Be at odds with any of your choices?
Bijan Robinson. He wants Bijan Robinson. We were walking past these guys today. One had a Patriots jersey on. I forget what the other jersey was. They're like smoking. I'm hoping it was a cigarette. And they want to go. I would love Bijan Robinson. You want Bijan Robinson, man? And the guy goes, as Brady and I are walking past, and the guy says back to him, "Yeah, I want Bijan Robinson, but I think he's going to the Eagles." And Brady was so excited.
Right, a premonition going on there.
So we'll see.
So when you guys come back to town, we'll do the post-draft analysis.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got to talk through what you think about the choices made. I'll be looking for your texts and thoughts tonight. Okay, so we want to move on to the Sixers. I know you gave me a little bit of the rundown when we were yesterday, but who do you think they end up facing this?
I still think the Celtics are going to win the series.
Okay,
and I think that's actually good for the Sixers. I want them to have to beat Boston to win the championship. Like they need to show the championship medal, and I think they're a different team this year. Like if you watch that first round, the offensive rebounds they got from sheer heart and toughness and hustle, PJ Tucker, DeAnthony Melton, then it rubbed off into Tobias Harris, and Paul Reed was a gazelle. I'm like, they get so many extra possessions to erase mistakes of missed open shots, poor decisions on shots, turnovers. Like they're tougher. They're tougher this year, mentally. And I want them to show that by beating Boston. And I don't know if Atlanta's going to win at home tonight and go to Game 7. I don't know that. But I think no matter what, I think the Celtics are going to win. But the extra couple days to have Game 1 on Monday is great for Joel. And I wanted that to happen. I wanted the Hawks, to somehow upset the Celtics, which they did in dramatic fashion the other night in Boston in Game 5. We were listening to it on the radio driving west towards our Indianapolis hotel on the first leg of the drive out to Kansas City. Oh man, we were going nuts. Brady, like, what? Like it was.
Yeah, it's exciting that it's reached Game 6, and
yeah, because we wanted them to have a couple more days rest, but
not making it easy. So that's all right. So my last question is: this is for everybody. Any reflections about your journey so far? Any surprises or observations? Things you weren't expecting?
Of what?
Your journey. Can you see my index card?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Of our journey so far?
Yes.
I mean, I would say.
You want to.
Well,
hands out to you.
I mean, I would say it was the coolest thing. The tour guide was this older guy named Al Herrera today for the Chiefs, taking us on the tour of the locker room and the field. he and Scarlett got along so well by the end of the tour. I mean, it's like another, like, there had to be like 25 people on the
Charlotte
tour.
gets along with everybody. For
So
the
by
record.
the end, she's like wearing this Kansas City Chiefs hat that we all got as part of the tour. Now, Braden and I didn't want to wear it, but we're going to hand it out to people tomorrow at the draft for free, like Kansas City fans. But Scarlett wanted to keep hers because she's like, it's the momentum of the, we are visitors to here. It's the momentum of
Pretty insightful.
yeah. So that's fine, Scarlett. So she put it on for the picture with this guy, and he went and got her their 2 Super Bowl rings that he had on his hand and put it on her fingers. It was so cute.
Did you get a picture of that?
Yeah, I'll show you that.
All right.
He goes, I'm going to post this on. I'm going to post this on the Chiefs Kingdom website. So the Brady goes, can I do it too? Like, so they put the rings on his finger. It was really cute.
Wow.
He's like, they're so heavy. Yeah, it was neat. So.
Well, next year will be the Eagles let them wear the Eagles rings next year.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so hopefully, we go get our second one next year. But it's cool. A lot of the Chiefs fans, they see Braden and I wearing our Hurst jerseys, and they're like, he's so good. And, we think that the Eagles and Chiefs will play each other several more times before those two retire, meaning Mahomes and Hurts retire. Like, it's very true. I think that's going to happen too.
And I always say this, both these teams have not only, outstanding, legendary, almost legendary at this point quarterbacks, but like really great people that people really genuinely like and have an affection for. So
they do. They have unbelievable people. And I said that to the guy. I said I'd cry when Andy Reid got fired. My brother spoke highly of him. The rest of the soul was the head coach of O'Hara and was recruiting Andy Reid's son to his high school, where Andy Reid was thinking about sending his son to my brother's high school, and they taught him. My brother thought a lot of it. So as a human being, I really like Andy Reid. But I get after everything that happened with his son and all, it was time for a change, not just football wise.
You remember me saying that Andy Reid would get a Super Bowl in wherever he went? I just had a sense. But you're right. I think it was like he is sort of like stretching a rubber band, right? You reached a maximum point, and then it was time for a change of scenery. But he still had all that, prowess and knowledge and coaching ability.
Yeah, so I was like, I knew he was going to go and reset, and
we prepared him
to be a better version of all of his experience, be a better version of himself, like we all strive to be. So.
Yeah.
Hey.
What about she said?
So
I obviously love Nick Sirianni, and so things are where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But at the time, seeing being like booed and all that was and a lot of the media taking advantage of like Sal Paolantonio was really
because Philly love, brotherly love, sisterly love, like in our hearts, I think, we're about that. So we don't like to see ill will.
Oh, I agree. Particularly when we know someone was like really lifted this Eagles to new standards. All right. So
is it time?
It is time. So
guys, have a great time. It begins. I'm so happy you took a couple moments to come on, give us a preview. Love you guys, and have a safe journey back. I'll be looking for your texts and sharing tweets and all that. And we'll do the post-draft analysis on your return.
All right. We love you. Say bye to Bridget. Bye. Love you. Go Eagles. Go Birds. Fly, go fly.
Enjoy. Mwah. Peace out, everyone. Peace.